It is yet another Victory Monday show here on CHGO. That rhymed. I did not mean to do that. But how about this, guys? Another Monday. Lance Briggs is here to break it all down.
Greatest team ever. Let's go playoffs.
Playoffs.
We are
Roll the rock. Playoffs.
We are going to use that word,
Playoffs,
a lot on this show. It all starts right now on CHGO.
To another Victory Monday. We're going to call this the 8-3 Victory Monday. The CHGO Bears Podcast, proudly presented by our friends at Bet365. It is never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app. Use the code CHGO365. Get $150 in bonus bets when you deposit $10. Place a bet for $5. Adam Hoge, Lance Briggs. Yours truly, Mark Carman. The 8-3 Bears are 8-3. They've won 8 of their last 9. And
that's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
8 out of 9. I don't care who they've been playing, who's playing quarterback.
Sweet,
It is the NFL. This team lost 10 in a row last year.
Old school reference. Fletch, probably at least 23% of our audience has seen Fletch. There you go. Thank you, Joey Christopoulos in the background. Before Chevy Chase jumps into the water with a woman that's not his wife and he gets very nervous. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy, which is not what's going on with the Bears. This is crazy. Like, how high is up for the Chicago Bears? We're kind of starting the show that way with revised expectations. But, Lance, why don't I ask you this question to start?
Yeah, ask me a question.
When you look at yesterday's win and the win streak as a whole, what's impressed you the most about these 2025 Chicago Bears?
I think what's impressed me the most is that the Bears are 8-3 and extremely flawed, and it comes with so many of these flaws. So you can see how much better they can be. Caleb looked really good at times, but he missed about 6 throws. There were 6 opportunities that he missed during the game, especially early on. So you turn those misses, those 6 misses into maybe 1 miss, maybe 2 miss, Then we'd go from 31 points to probably 40s. We're in the 40s or 50s possibly. You never know. So defensively, we gave up 186 yards rushing. And it's not like this was the first week that happens. We've been doing that all year long. One of the things that's kind of covered that up are the takeaways. However, you can get a guy off the street to fill a gap. You can get a guy off the street that can fill a gap. So when it comes to stopping the run game, we can stop the run game. We put enough effort into it. We have a lot of guys injured here left and right, but we get everybody in and locked in. We can stop the run, and that just makes it so much better on both sides, offensively and defensively.
I mean, you're pausing for some reason. Is it because there's somebody that potentially might be entering the set? Is that what's happening right now?
No, that has nothing to do with us. Please stay focused. By the way, you're getting called out. That wasn't Fletch. A lot of people are saying it was National Lampoon's Vacation.
100% correct. I'm wrong again.
Yes. Okay.
Wow.
We're off to a good start here.
You got Chevy Chase right.
Yeah.
I did get Chevy Chase right. I did get that wrong. That's embarrassing. Where's Mr. Sinilin? That's a Fletch reference. My bad.
But I totally agree, with Briggs. Like, I know I said it yesterday. It's probably being repetitive at this point. But, if you could just tighten this up a little bit on offense. Just a little bit. And actually, Steven, let's do this now. Or unless, are you busy with the Ben Johnson stuff? Can we do the comparison of where the Bears stood 4 weeks ago compared to now? So I believe it was a Monday show. Maybe that's the new one. Let's show the old one first if we can. So like 4 weeks ago, this is after week 8, we showed this graph, which basically shows offensive EPA on the horizontal axis and defensive EPA on the vertical axis. And ends up tiering the teams, based on where they show up on the graph. And we pointed out the Chicago Bears. They were directly in the middle, right in the middle of where the axis has come together. And now we go 4 weeks later after week 12, and they have moved that far forward to the right with offense,
power,
moving a whole tier up, okay? So you could see the teams that they consider better than the Bears right now, the Rams, the Ravens, the Patriots, the Seahawks, the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Packers still a little bit, but they're right there, Colts, Bills, and Bears. And actually the Bears are ahead of the Lions right now as you look at this. So big increase over the last 4 weeks in terms of offensive EPA. Defensive, I think it actually slipped down just a tad, but with all the injuries they've had, that's not that surprising. So I don't know what you make of that, but I think it's just a visual representation if you're wondering like how this team has gotten better over 4 weeks. So now the question becomes 6 games left. I cannot wait if we could fast forward in time. I want to look at that graph like after week 16 now. Where are they on that same graph?
Best football's played in December.
Let's go.
Briggs, you're allowed to make fun of somebody who gets that excited about graphs. You're allowed to go in on it.
I actually thought it was a pretty cool graph.
He's a visual learner.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. It was, I get it. And,
all right, my bad.
I
mean, I was just promoted the show around, and so I wasn't paying as close attention to your reaction to the moment. So I assumed that you were kind of like falling asleep over there as Hoge was doing his graph work, but you weren't. So that's my bad. Look, I love that graph actually, and I love what's going on. And you know what I loved about yesterday, like going back and watching it, and then specifically watching Caleb's press conference yesterday. Dude's like kind of annoyed. Like he knows there's more to come, and Ben is not, he's not sitting there blowing anything up with the offense either. So how high is up? I have no idea, but I do know that at least from my standpoint, you guys won 8 of 9. You're 8-3. You've planted your flag, in the right direction for the franchise for the first time in forever, and you got everybody talking about, and it doesn't even matter what they're talking about. You've got the last guys on the roster ready to come in and contribute. That is a hell of a job by the coaching staff right here. And this is where I told you.
And Poles.
Shout out Ryan Poles. Braggs made that point yesterday.
Ben did shout out Poles this morning, by the way.
Yeah, and it's a good job. And my guy Donnie, by the way, noticing that I upgraded here today, Hoge. Take a look, buddy.
First,
that is a fumble, but look at the socks.
What is that?
These
need to upgrade that tan
Carmonica
or lack
socks.
thereof.
Yeah. The Carmonica we got for this Victory Monday. I came out here Carmonica socks. Briggs, come on. You put the Carmonica into sock form. Now you're winning football games. Now you're podcasting like a champion.
But where is the Carmonica?
Don't know where it's at. Can't find it.
We've lost the Carmonica.
No, but I've lost it before, and I found it. And by the way, we got to stay focused because it's a Monday fun day here. But the shout out to the Metra and Window 2.
They found it.
They found my glasses.
Really?
Yes. I went back 3 times, and today they were there. He explained to me, he's like, these probably fell into some crevice, and the train went to the Western Avenue, and it got deeply cleaned, and they found it there. And then so that guy or girl who cleaned this Metra at the Western South found these glasses and brought them to Window 2, and now I can wear them and read ads beautifully on the CHGO Bears podcast.
Good world. What a great world.
Shout out Metra. Way to go.
Please pull your pant leg down.
Pant leg? No, these are short. This is all.
The other one.
The other one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's get
I
back
don't
on
wear
track.
shorts on this show, so you shouldn't be complaining. But
too much lighting.
One of my Monday morning things is I go through the Brad Biggs 10 things. He does a great thing with it, and he has quotes from Tyson Bagent. He's got quotes from Elijah Hicks. He's got quotes from all these guys that this coaching staff does more with the back end of the roster, keeping them ready. And Hicks had one comment saying that this, or maybe it's Daniel Hardy, I think, at this point of the year, last year, in most years, we're just in shells. We're never actually hitting. And that's not what's going on with this staff. So I was actually wondering, 55, if back in the day, were you guys hitting this late in the season? How did that, it's a different era. Things have changed, but I'm sure you enjoy hearing that about how they're going about their business.
Yeah. There's always hitting. So and it really depends on the previous game. You know, if we had a ton of missed tackles, you know, we're going to have to ramp up practice, especially in those defensive hitting periods. But you always got to hit. Defensive linemen, offensive linemen always have to do their one-on-ones. They have to do their pods, you know, and inside run stuff. So that was always been part of it. Not so much, you know, good on good, you know, but you have your look squad that's giving you the look that you're going to get that upcoming week. So, yeah. I mean, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Let me ask this though, because Ben was talking about it this morning, and he was shouting out sort of the assistants to the assistants. Mm-hmm. So, you know, obviously, once you get in the regular season, this is what you were just talking about. You have your starters, and then pretty much everyone else is scout team, the look squad. Mm-hmm. What Ben was saying is that they've made a very intentional effort to make sure that those guys on the scout team are still getting coached up. Yeah. So he specifically said, you know, Kyle Devan, who's the assistant offensive line coach, even though like your job is to run the other team's stuff, they're making sure that even in those reps, those guys are okay. If they screwed up their technique on this, though, we got to get that fixed. We still got to coach them up. Is that something that every team's doing, or some teams better than others at emphasizing that? Because I could see that being lost in the shuffle a little bit as the season goes along.
I don't know. What I do know is every team in the NFL, they have a set amount of minutes that they can spend on the field, off the field, walk through. Nobody gets an extra minute here or there. So what you do with those minutes sounds to me they're very particular. They're very constructive about how they want to involve all of their players, you know, in teaching. So I applaud them for making sure that everybody is prepared, you know, because they're doing the most with their minutes, and you're not getting knockoff from your ones or your twos or your threes.
On your Super Bowl team, if you were to rank the top 5 leaders, or in no particular order, who would you say?
Leaders?
Yeah, leaders in the locker room.
Oh, obviously Olin, Brian, Thomas Jones, Mike Brown.
That's a pretty good list.
That's a great list. It's a great list.
Hold on a minute. I'm receiver. Moose Muhammad.
Moosin.
Okay.
Moose Muhammad.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason why I asked that is because Ben was talking about the leaders on the team. So let's just play this clip real quick on what he's seeing in the locker room and why he puts a smile on his face, basically.
Well, I think we got the right type of guys, and that's, you know, Ryan's really done a great job with constructing the roster that way. But the veteran leadership is outstanding. Kevin Byard, Joe Tooney, Grady, probably have 10 or 12 guys that I really lean into on a weekly basis just to get a pulse of the team, and they do a really good job of keeping the main thing in the locker room. You know, as a coaching staff, we always try to have the right messaging for whatever that week entails, and the path to victory, to team building, things of that nature. And I think it's come along really well done. But it's really those veterans that I just can't sing their praises enough. They lead the charge there in terms of how that locker room responds each and every week, and being able to hit that reset button. And you know, we've had some success, and yet we go right back to work come Wednesday of last week, or this week it'll be Monday. You know, it's a quick turnaround, and so we got to maintain that high level of focus so that we don't falter whatsoever.
So I just like hearing him name these guys. And by the way, hit the like button for everybody that Briggs just named. Come on, old hats out there for the Mike Browns of the world.
I'd like that Crystal's yelling at people for not hitting the like button.
We would appreciate it. Like buttons are good. We hit the like button for 8 and 3. Hit the like button for Hoge and Lance and Steven's work behind the scenes here, getting and Ben, just being able to listen to that guy versus who we've been listening to in the past. But that's right, it's a shot. It was terrible. But so he names, you know, the three guys that he names at the start. Byard's been here, but Joe Tooney was not here, and neither was Grady. And it's an easy shot for him just to kind of salute guys, and maybe it's, you know, it could just be brushed off as coach talk, but it also seems like a real thing as to what's gone on and how they've won close games. Is that going too far? Am I drinking too much Kool-Aid listening to that?
No, it shouldn't be hard to find out where players are gravitating or who they're gravitating to or who's the most vocal. And when someone speaks, everybody, they listen or they respond to, on the field, and a lot of times, the way that Ben's talking about them, it's when he says, I can't say enough about these guys because every week they bring that same energy, so it's all positive talking. It's all reflective of a season now where we're talking about the Bears are putting themselves in position to be in the playoffs. So, good leadership is I've seen good leadership even in years that we've had losing seasons. It leads towards something. And then to me, when you have good leadership in the locker room and from your coaching, you enter every year with a chance. I've had a buddy who played for the Jags, and we'd work out every offseason, and he'd say to me, he's like, Lance, I play for the Jags, man. He's like, you guys enter every season with the hopes of actually going to the playoffs. It could be a championship run. That was not the same way here in the Jags. So when you have good leadership from top to bottom, it gives you real hope.
Let's be real, the Bears have been the Jags.
Right. I mean, basically, since this guy here stopped playing, that's the rut that they got stuck in, and so that's what you hope is changing here. That expectation is now going to be what the Bears have going forward. That when the season starts, they got a realistic shot to make the playoffs.
As the mayor of Toonie Island, do you want to just underline the fact that Joe Tooney's making a big impact in that locker room as well as on the field?
Yeah, I mean, I think we knew that about Tooney. Yeah, Braggs is trying to derail the show as he likes to do on Mondays.
You just don't pay attention to it. You have to learn that. You got to let him do what he does.
No, Tooney. Tooney's a quieter leader, probably more of a lead by example guy. It's who speaks up when he needs to. But man, when you do it as well as he does, pretty much every rep, guys are going to pay attention. So he's just. I think the mix of new guys they brought in, like a Joe Tooney and a Grady Jarrett, with the guys that were already here. Like, I think they had solid guys like a Kevin Byard, obviously, who's been a leader before, and even like a Cole Kmet. But there needed to be somebody with, more skins on the wall, more wins on the resume to kind of pull those guys up a notch. And then the whole thing just goes up here at a higher level. I think that's what we're watching.
Provide some direction.
Yeah.
Direction, good. Bears direction, excellent. More Ben, even better. Good, better, best.
Real quick before we do that, though,
we
have it's a big day because diehards are getting early access to our Black Friday sale.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, Black Friday's Friday, and the Bears play, and that's going to be a huge day. But if you are a diehard, you already get access to our Black Friday sale. So if you're not a diehard, now's a great time to sign up. Everything in our merch store is at least 30% off, I believe.
30% on up.
Big sale happening right now, so you can get access to it today if you sign up to become a diehard, and we have a great offer for that too. $36. Guys, this pays for the shirt alone. You're getting the deal. And plus you get a free shirt when you sign up to become a diehard anyway. Use code JAHNS right now, JAHNS, to sign up. Plus you get all of our amazing content and Carm's grades.
That's right, which were excellent yesterday again. That guy just dove in and wrote an incredible piece that, quite frankly, is worth $36 in itself, even without a T-shirt. But
like serotonin, early access, and whatnot.
Yeah, and whatnot.
That's what you get.
That's right. All right, more Ben coming up, and Lance's grades, and like a zillion things to do on this celebratory 8-3 Bears Monday. But first, hey, shout out to our friends at Sunnyside Dispensary. They are here to elevate your football season. Sunnyside, the home for judgment-free shopping. They got a crazy selection, 100 different strains to choose from, easy online ordering, in-store pickup. That's a great way to go. Love the one on Milwaukee and Deerfield Road. Whether you're in Illinois, Sunnyside has a location for you, Adam Hoge. They've got spots as far south as Champaign. Go on down to see the Cats and the Illini and get stopped at Sunnyside. That's a way to do your weekend coming up here after the Bears on Friday. Or as far north as South Beloit. Stop in the store nearest to you. Enter the promo code HICHGO at checkout to qualify. And yes, for returning customers, use the code CHGO50. Exclusions apply on that. Use any of those codes, HICHGO, CHGO50, and you're getting phenomenal deals. Sunnyside Dispensary, Bright Buys every day, only for 21 and older or Illinois medical card holders.
And Carm, you know this. Whatever the sport, the app to bet is Circa Sports Illinois. Circa Sports, sports betting the way it should be. Steve and I were talking about Derek Stevens last night.
Yeah.
You know, they got their little Circa logo on the Hawks jerseys, sweaters, including the black sweaters coming out Friday. It's going to be sweet. I'm not cool enough to hang out with Derek Stevens like
maybe one day, guys.
like
I don't
Steven
know.
is.
Yeah.
I think you're on the way to getting there, but you do have to
Yeah.
step up your game.
Just for the record, though, Derek wanted to hang out with Steven, not Greg.
That's true. Yeah. He specifically said don't
Greg
bring
was the
Greg,
third
but,
wheel
yeah.
there. But Circa Sports Illinois has high betting limits, low holds, exceptional customer service. Seriously, you can shop around. You're going to get the best odds and the best juice with Circa. So bet on all your favorite teams in every game this season. Spreads, props, futures, or in-game. Circa Sports has it. Fun to bet like a pro from anywhere, anytime, Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right. Thank you to friends at Circa. Derek Stevens loves me, by the way. I get invited to hang out like weekly, and I think I'm going to go next week, Hoge. So might be a heavier lift when I head out to Vegas. So just know that. Okay.
Are you done?
Good job not believing that.
Yeah,
I
okay.
put out a poll this morning.
Yes.
Which is what we should lean into. And always follow at the Carman on Twitter for great thoughts. 8-3. What are fair expectations going forward? Some people got confused by my wording here. For the money on the line, they win the game, Bears. I could have put some dashes in there, but you get the point. So here are the four choices. Finish over 500, which would be win one more game. But, hey, over 500, year one of Ben, year two of Caleb, pretty damn good. Make the playoffs. Well, you're already 8-3. You better make the playoffs. Win a playoff game. And then I threw in Super Bowl. I really wanted to put in get to the NFC Championship game with an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl, but those many characters are not allowed, so I just threw Super Bowl in there. What would you pick, Lance?
I think the top two are I think the top one's a gimme.
Yep.
I think the top one's a gimme. There's no way I see the Bears not at least winning one more game for the rest of their schedule. Making the playoffs, I think it's may not be a gimme, but I think it's very strong. I feel very strongly about the Bears getting a playoff game this year. Winning a playoff game, I mean, hell, if the Bears are playing their best football in December, why not? You know,
Why not?
If they clean up the things that we've been talking about, you know, they're winning. Like I said, they're winning with flaws. And all of the flaws, whether it's penalties, whether it's stopping the run, all of that can be cleaned up. So I don't see any reason why not if the Bears are peaking at the right time.
Right now, if the season ended, you would have the Eagles playing the Niners, and the Bears would be hosting the Packers in the opening round, and the Rams at 9-2 would get a bye.
And we would expect the Bears to beat the Packers at home in a playoff game.
So what are fair?
Right.
Fair expectations?
So I'm gonna yell at Bears fans right now because I'm looking at the results here.
What are the
on
results
your
of the poll?
And right now,
Actually,
simply making the playoffs is a very nice 69.9%. That's what the response rate is. Only 8.8% of the responses say win a playoff game.
8.8.
8.8.
Fair expectations.
Guys, Ben Johnson's your coach. The quarterback is good. He's still learning, but he's good. All right? They've found a way to win these games week after week after week in the fourth quarter. There's a lot of numbers to support how good this coaching staff is at halftime adjustments, how clutch these players are coming up in sometimes all three phases, or at least one of the key phases every single week. It seems to be something different. Mm-hmm. And they find a way to win football games. So I'm not saying the season is a failure if they don't win a playoff game, but I think it's okay to reset our expectations based on what's in front of us, what we've seen, how much you should be believing in this coaching staff and Ben Johnson. And to say that if they are able to win the division and host a playoff game, it is okay to expect them to win that playoff game. So I'm changing the expectations. I think the question is, what are fair expectations? I think right now, with what we've seen, it is fair to change these expectations and expect them to win a playoff game.
Okay, and I think that's fair, but just a reminder, when you look at the playoffs right now and just the challenge that it is for the Bears to even make the playoffs. Because, division winners get a playoff spot. So the 6-5 fading Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield going south, the whole thing, somebody out of that division is going to the playoffs, right? So that's how it's done. So if it's not the 6-5 Bucs out of the NFC South, then it could be the Carolina Panthers getting into the playoffs. That's how that works. So then you have to be either win the division or be better than the right now 7-4 Niners, so you play on the road. The Lions are behind you out of the playoffs right now at 7-4.
Carm, you got to win 3 games. You got to go 3-3. You're going to make it with 11 wins. Just make it simple.
Okay, but
and that's my point.
Yeah.
Briggs, we got to raise these expectations.
Right, no doubt.
3-3 should be the baseline minimum for a team that's won 8 out of 9 games.
Yeah.
Come on, it's okay to raise the expectations.
I'm not having any problem raising them. I'm just telling you, it ain't going to be easy. Okay.
It shouldn't
It's
be
not
easy.
supposed to be.
Oh, look at that! I love you guys right now. That's
But can we start thinking like Ben Johnson does? This guy's been talking like this since he got here. That's why they're good.
Okay.
Raise the expectations.
Okay. So give me your 3 wins, Hoge. I'm going to put you on the spot right now.
You're going to beat Green Bay at least once. You're going to beat the Browns, and it should not be hard to steal one of the other ones from the Eagles, which I think, despite the spread, I think the spread's disrespectful, quite frankly. 7 points is what it ended up being.
6.5 right there. Brilliant, Carman.
The other Packer game, 49ers on the road and Lions at home. Yep. You should be able to win one of those. Those are all 4 hard games.
You'll be an underdog in all of them. Most likely. You might have a shot at depending on how things go.
They've been underdog in a lot of games.
Yeah.
I like the Bears against the Lions in that last game. I like the rematch. I want to give them a rematch where we come out and we play the game the way we know how to play it.
Well, that's the most exciting thing, by the way. No matter what happens, they're playing in huge games down the stretch.
Yeah.
That's big time growth opportunity for your quarterback, big time growth for a ton of young guys on the team. And go ahead.
I think it's I'll give you another one. Lance, do you think, I showed it in the first segment, how the offense has been going like this, even despite us having the conversation almost every day about how, man, they still missed this throw, or that, that explosive was still there too. Ben was talking about it this morning. Yeah. Do you think that'll continue to get better?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so they play the 49ers in Week 17. That defense sucks.
I get it.
That should be a game where they're able to put up 30 points easily. Even on the road. So let's just not be scared is my point. Are they going to be underdogs in maybe 5 out of these 6 games?
Yeah,
probably. Maybe the second Packer game, depending on what happens in the first, the Bears are actually favored. We'll see. But I'm not scared. I think they're all winnable, too.
Yep.
Beat the Niners beat the Rams. No problem. We'll go.
And they beat the Seahawks in Week 1, and they beat the Rams back in September, too, or early October, whatever that is, man. We're talking about December.
Hey, you're right. Things change.
Fred Warner was healthy in all those games.
I got it.
Check out that defense since he went out.
I got it. It's a fading Niner. Maybe that game will become a gimme. Look, hey, listen. You want to be a playoff team, which would be an incredible accomplishment in year 1 of Ben. But ultimately, you want to win in the playoffs. You're going to have to beat good teams to do it. So maybe this team can do it. Are we getting a visit here or no? No.
I don't know. It's too early. This is the wrong holiday.
Something that has nothing to do with
It's never too early. If it's June, it's not too early. The dude's walking around in Santa Claus outfit.
Santa.
Come on.
Santa, since
Thank you.
Carm's ADHD is kicking in.
I can't see Santa and not have him come on the set, right? Have a gift.
Woo! Thank you, Santa. Woo! My God.
Bears are 8-3. It is Christmas.
In November.
It's freaking Christmas.
In November.
Thank
Belly
you,
rub
Santa.
Thank you, Santa.
Buy some merch.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You got gear.
Cool. That is cool.
Yeah,
Braggs is definitely mad he didn't think of that.
80% off right here.
Tis the season.
80?
Tis the season.
I mean,
Well, it is now.
hey,
You
Chicago,
just said
what do
it.
you say? You want that back? Okay, yeah, Slay.
That was horrible.
That was a bad throw.
I mean,
I didn't want to hit the
Goodness,
light.
that was-
I didn't want to hit the light.
That was-
I didn't want to hit the
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, no, but no.
that looked like the kind of throw of somebody who thinks, it's too much to ask his team to go 500 the rest of the way.
All right, everybody needs to chill out on the best athlete on the set, with the exception of Lance Briggs.
I mean,
I'm just gonna,
I mean, you're fourth very clearly, and I'm including Steven in that. So
let's not kid ourselves. Hey, by the way, I see Nico Suave in the chat. Nico, what's up? Nico, we saw you on front row end zone yesterday in your
we
Bear
did
outfit,
on TV,
and we all screamed, "There's Nico!" So I forgot to shout you out in the postgame yesterday because our conversation at the tailgate was brief, and I didn't write down that I saw you because you're Nico, and I don't write down Nico, so that's a bad job. But the amazing performance by Nico, front row Bears outfit,
front row Nico,
and he. I don't think I'm talking out of turn. Nico, he likes to gamble, and he put some money on those Bears on the money line yesterday.
Yep.
So congrats on your
job.
victory. Good work. Lance's grades are coming up, and I got a shout out for you that I think you might like.
Okay.
But you also might not like it all, and I might be in harm's way. So we're gonna do that
Okay. Looking forward to it.
in a
Can't wait.
second. But first.
Oh, it's getting colder and colder and colder, and I don't know if you looked at the forecast, Carm. It's going to pretty much be around freezing here coming up in a couple days for a while. Right when
Listen,
Thanksgiving hits.
I had a feeling we're going to be talking about our friends at Four Seasons because you just don't feel cold when you're friends with Four Seasons.
No, and my fireplace has been acting up too, but the good thing is my heating is just fine. My home is up for the challenge because I called Four Seasons. If you got a plumbing emergency, you call Four Seasons. If you got an electrical emergency, you call Four Seasons. If you need a hot water tank installed today, who doesn't? Call Four Seasons. Now's the time to schedule your Four Seasons furnace tune-up. And at Four Seasons, they're going to guarantee you same-day installation for all your heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, and generator needs with no extra charge for nights, weekends, or holidays. That is huge. Four Seasons Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. They've been serving Chicagoland for over 50 years. Your trusted local experts are Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. Visit fourseasonsheatingcooling.com for all their special offers and money-saving coupons. That's fourseasonsheatingcooling.com.
You're just going to want to have the Four Seasons guy hang out, have dinner. They're just very, very cool. All right, shout out to our friends at Eye on the Ball. I love our friends at Eye on the Ball. Let me talk to the athletes right now. Do you want to level up your game? I know you do. You want to go next level, or you want to learn how to play so you can even start your journey. Anywhere you're at on your journey, get yourself a coach. Do it for free. EyeOnTheBall.net. So parents, it doesn't matter where your kids are at. You just sign up at EyeOnTheBall.net. You create a profile, search for the coaches in your sport. Every sport's covered. Pick somebody, soccer, swimming, baseball, basketball. Get yourself rolling. Your future coach. Lift you up. Get your kid on that travel basketball team. A la Beckett Bernfeld. Let's go. Eye on the ball. Travel.
Wow.
What's up, Play Hard Hoops? What's going on?
Does he want to come play in Vernon Hills?
Maybe he does. EyeOnTheBall.net. EyeOnTheBall.net. You can play for Adam Hoge, now a basketball coach, which I'm kind of wondering about. It's kind of like you're the Bo Jackson of coaching if you're telling me that you can be an elite special teams coach on the high school level and coach kids hoops. Are you really making that claim?
I mean, you said it. I didn't hear myself. I didn't say Bo Jackson. He said Bo Jackson.
Well, he's just saying he's great at coaching hoop, and I'm thinking this is a special teams coach. And I'm like, how can you know about as much about basketball when you're sitting there like
Because I
diving?
played basketball.
Right.
Yeah, but
I still play basketball.
I play basketball too.
And it's 5th and 6th grade. No disrespect to the great kids that are 5th
what
and 6th grade.
offense?
But I
you
mean,
running?
we're not talking about. I'm not out there coaching. I'm not like the head coach in high school.
You run a motion? What do you got?
I'm not giving that away right now. We got people watching.
He's impacting lives.
All right.
That's what it's really about,
Yep.
Carm.
All right. Well, more importantly, it is time to get to the grades, and this is it's kind of a tough game to grade.
Is it?
Maybe it isn't. Well, we'll see what the professor has in store for you.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yes, the professor is back. I haven't put no B+. There's no way. That is the lowest grade I've given this year. This has been a fun year for the professor. You know what I mean? Like, it was last year's depressing grades on a weekly basis were horrible.
We get a little bit more variety this year.
Yes. All right, let's start off with offense. Offense, I gave a B+2. Some of the things that stood out for them. Total yards, they had 328, 229 passing yards. They were great on third down, 7 of 13, 100% on fourth down. They were 100% in the red zone. The things that really held this grade down a little bit, 99 yards rushing, which is really one away from the goal. 2 fumbles were lost, and they allowed 1 sack. But what we don't see on those numbers are where there were missed opportunities, and I saw there were at least 5 to 6 throws that I thought that I know Caleb would want back. We clean that stuff up. I think those numbers jump up even higher, and we get an A+.
I'm shocked by the positive score. I thought you were going to be a little harsher, and I like what you're underlining. It's a good job, Professor.
See, so sorry.
Hogue notes. Let's get them in.
No. I just TV copy rewatch last night. Haven't gotten through the coach's film yet, but so I counted 5 of those kind of errant throws that you'd like to have completion. Now, no quarterback's going to be perfect, so
Correct.
I'd like to see that number down to like 2, maybe live with 3, but 5 was too many. However, I also counted 8 really good throws, and a lot of those happened, if not immediately following one of the errant
bad ones,
like a few plays later. So just rewatching last night, felt a lot better about Caleb Williams' performance than maybe I knew the third quarter was good, and I felt good about it after the game, just how he responded in the second half. But even the first half, that I was kind of down on him a lot live yesterday during the game, it wasn't quite as bad as I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of his rocket arm and his underrated speed, Caleb's superpower might very well be his ability to believe in himself no matter what. That dude, whatever happens, he's got the ability to move forward. And they showed him, yesterday, right before coming on the field in the fourth quarter, taking a huge deep breath, which I'm sitting there watching and thinking to myself, is he putting too much on this? Look at that deep breath. Maybe it's too big of a deep breath. That's the weird thoughts that were going through my head.
Yeah.
But look, he's however you want to underline that superpower, it's a great thing that he has.
Yeah, well, as these offensive grades continue to do well consistently, defensive grades consistently stink, okay? D- for the defense, all right? So we gave up 345 yards, 159 passing, which is very good, under 200 yards. That reaches our goal, 186 yards rushing, and this is an area of major concern for us. And I know that there were 2 big runs, but there were still 2 big runs that were given up, one right before half. Steelers were 8 for 4 on third down, which is not good for us. That's over 50%. They were 1 for 3 on fourth down, which is not bad for us. We did get to the quarterback 2 times. We took the ball away on Montez Sweat on a sack fumble. We had an interception, a hell of an interception by Nahshon. He should have had 2. Steelers were 100% in the red zone, 3 for 3. These are the reasons why the Bears defense earned another D- or another low grade.
Yeah, it did look too easy once they were down in the red zone each time. I want to ask you about one play in particular and then the linebackers as a whole. But
okay.
I tweeted out, if people want to check it out, because we can't show the video here on the show, but I tweeted out this morning the play Ruben Hippolyte got hurt on, which you have Darnell Washington coming in motion from left to right. Mm-hmm. And I don't think he saw him as big as he is, because Hippolyte was lined up like basically as an extra edge rusher right on the line of scrimmage. And so he goes on the snap, and Washington comes across the formation and
smacks him.
Boom.
And he ends his day. So the problem that I have with that play is when you get down into that area of the field, I'm sure the percentage of them running plays similar to this right here, it pops up. So for Ruben, or any of the linebackers that are going to be there, you need to be aware of where that tight end is. You know how large he is. You know what kind of force he can bring. He gives defensive ends headaches blocking as a tight end. And, when a defensive end lines up with a tight end, that's a win. That's typically supposed to be a 99% win, but not with that guy. With that guy in particular, know where he is, and if he's motioning across or flashing across, you better get your butt down. You better get your pad level down because he's going to knock you out.
And he did, and Ruben's going to be thinking about that hit for probably the rest of his life. We're trying to forget it. I'm curious, the Kenneth Gainwell 55-yard run out of the tush-push formation, if you will. Who's when you looked at that, was that mainly a linebacker gap, or what are we looking at?
It does fall on it. We didn't set edges at all very well. There weren't linebackers that were coming downhill, especially if those defensive ends were running some sort of game inside. You got to come down. You have to hammer the ball inside, and we didn't get enough of that. Last week, the tush push reverse or whatever play was run. So it's supposed to be a on notice for all teams. We have to practice that. Now, the Bears missing all of their starting linebackers, and we talk about, being able to manage the set amount of time that you get each day. I thought they did a great job. I thought their coaches did a great job preparing the backup linebackers to come out and play. I think they played their ass off. They were communicating, and they were definitely not perfect. Like I said, they didn't set edges very well, but they had great effort, and effort showed in how many tackles that Jackson had, during that game. But they're not perfect, and if there's going to be a hole, it would be on a play that you rarely see during a game.
So that's my disappointment with that, was because probably every week in the NFL, there's probably a handful of plays on whatever phase it is. Sometimes it's special teams even, where a team runs something that, like you put it, every team's got to be on notice. Like, that's got to be put up on the board.
Yeah.
Hey, the Ravens ran this crazy play with Mark Andrews out of the tush-push formation last week. You guys got to see this. We got to work on this week. Now, here's the only thing I will say, and shame on me for not knowing this off the top of my head, but I'm also not paid to be a coach who's got to, deeply scout the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I don't think the Steelers were really a tush-push team with Aaron Rodgers.
Correct.
I don't remember them running it with Aaron Rodgers this year. Have I seen every snap? No, I have not. But I also, knowing Rodgers, do not think he's
not a tush-push candidate.
He doesn't want to be touched right now.
Him, yeah.
I don't, especially, the tush, I guess.
Bad tush.
Yeah.
Bad tush.
He doesn't want to be pushed in the tush.
The bad tush.
Okay. So I don't know if they've run it this year, Rodgers, or not.
Tushy.
So maybe that credit to the Steelers. They put that in this week with Mason Rudolph, knowing he was going to play or whatever, and then they had a counter off it. So sometimes you get beat, and that was certainly one of those examples.
Yeah, I thought it was worthy of a shout out. Let's keep rolling here. What do we got for special teams, Lance?
Special teams, I gave a C+. I didn't see anything extremely that really stuck out. Cairo made the kicks that he needed to. I thought Taylor, our punter, did a good job. He did a really good job. Pinning that ball inside the 10. And Duvernay made all of his catches. This is an area where an expert like Adam Hoge could really help out.
Yeah. I would probably say this was one of their better games of the season on special teams.
Cairo made a 47-yard field goal, and he did some dirty kicks. What else you got?
Well, he didn't. No missed kicks, which is great.
Kicks.
Honestly, my only complaint off the top of my head is I two nitpicky things, but again, we're trying to raise the standard here. I'd like to see the Gunners just get down there and make a play. Like a couple times they were still able to pick up like 10 yards or something on those punt returns. And then as good as Torrey Taylor was, that last punt went in the end zone. And I thought that from that distance, you should be able to get that inside the 20, if not the 10. And so for somebody you used a draft pick on, those are the moments.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be big moments like this coming up in the season where I want to see the punter really pin them in. But that kickoff is becoming a weapon for Cairo Santos. That dirty kick.
Yep.
The Bears won the field position battle. Their kickoff cover unit was great yesterday. So I'd probably at least go B+, honestly, Briggs, on the special teams grade.
And I'm not mad at that. Typically when the jump for the grade, to get to an A, special teams score or set up a score, is big because that phase. Because I believe that phase is so important. Like there's 3 phases, and special teams is just as important as the other ones. So if we're scoring or we're setting up a score, we cause a fumble, we turn the ball over, or we turn it back over to our offense. These are some of the things that I'm really looking at to jump. Other than that, doing your job is doing your job.
And let's get the last one in our coaching so we can do our but first on time, which is very important.
Coaching, I gave a C++ to, and really it's an average of the offense and the defense and the special teams not bringing it up high enough. I thought it was a good job, and Ben does a good job each week. And you look at the leadership that which we talked about in the opening of the show. It's all reflective, and at 8-3, you can't be mad.
Yeah, I would go higher there, but we can quibble about that in a second. And also, tribute to Lance Briggs and 54 coming back here that ties into yesterday's game. You're going to enjoy this, I think, or, again, might be a little bit annoyed with me. But first.
Fall always feels like a reset.
Does.
You got back to school. Did that dog wait?
Or no, because it knows that this is a factor level dog treat right here.
Callie, right?
Yes,
Callie wishes she had Factor
Rescue
right now.
dog from Paws right here.
Well, we love Factor. We love Callie. Factor's chef prep dietitian approved meals. They make it easy to stay on track and enjoy something comforting and delicious. No matter how hectic your football season gets, more variety, more meals, you can support your wellness goals. They have something for everyone. I just love the convenience of it. Every Factor meal I've had is good, and they're always ready in like 2 to 3 minutes. Super easy. Eat smart at factormeals.com/CHGO50 off. Use code CHGO50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code CHGO50 off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase.
I mean, Callie just loved her Factor right there.
Callie greater than Poppy.
Let's not go crazy. All right, let's shout out to our friends at CHSN. Poppy's the greatest dog ever.
Well, better than, whose dog was it that came in here and pooped on the carpet? Was that Kevin's dog?
Yeah, that was Kevin's dog.
Oh, we're in the middle of an ad read.
Poor animal. That would never, but hey, if you have a dog that wants to watch the Bulls and not and enjoy great basketball, they can do it with our friends at the Chicago Sports Network. Blackhawks and Bulls season. Visit chsn.com/podcast for a 7-day free trial for their all-access plan. Every bucket, every goal, even when the Blackhawks don't score, they got that for you. CHSN, your home for Blackhawks and Bulls all season long. Also available Xfinity, DirecTV Stream, Fubo. Visit chsn.com for more details.
Item?
Sure. All right. Shout out to Callie, amazing animal. I hope that Lori brings the dog in more. There's a little breaking news before we get to my tidbit for Lance.
Ian Rappaport just tweeting that Eagles safety Andrew Mukuba, their promising second-round rookie, will undergo surgery to repair a fractured ankle suffered in Sunday's game. It'll be determined during surgery whether or not there is potential for him to return this season. Yeah, I actually saw that injury towards the end of that game, and it did not look great. So Eagles down a safety on Friday.
No, Mukuba is good news for the Bears and bad for Mukuba, obviously, and we don't like to see injuries. Even though last week I played the harmonica when a Packer got injured, which was an accident. I didn't mean it like that. It was just...
Shame.
It did happen.
It just happened. Hey, hit the like button for a short week and Thanksgiving and a loved one as we move this along. I'd love to get to 200 likes before the end of the show.
I think that's what happened to the harmonica. It was karma. Carmonica.
That's true. Maybe I left the harmonica on the Metro and I need to start searching for that too. But all right, Lance Hoge.
Yeah.
October 16th, 2006. Does anybody remember what happened on October 16th, 2006?
October 16th, 2006.
Was that the Arizona Cardinals game?
Hoge out of the gates with the Monday Night Miracle. That is correct.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Monday Night Miracle, Dennis Green, Bears, Arizona, Devin Hester. Shout out to you, Gregory.
Great flag football victory that night at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, too.
There we go.
I missed the first half of the game.
Great job.
I saw the good part, though, in the second half.
Great job by Hoge. Now, is there any chance that you have any idea why I'm bringing that up right now? Because it's not the anniversary. Today's November something, not October.
Why are you bringing up the Arizona game?
I have an idea.
Okay, what's your idea?
Does it have something to do with the combined tackles that the linebackers had?
It sure does, buddy. Hoge's cheating.
Oh, yeah.
Are you?
I swear to God, I'm not. But I do remember that Brian had 20 tackles.
19.
19. Okay.
No, Brian had 25 tackles. Brian had 25 tackles, and I think I had 17.
He's challenging the record already.
Excellent point. He had 19 in the press box total, but the coach's review of the film later credited with 25.
25.
Okay,
yes.
fair enough. And how many did you have?
I had 16 or 17.
Okay, well, press box gives you 15.
Yeah, 15. Yep. Press box gave me 15. I may have gotten one more afterwards or whatever, but
Now, why is that relevant to yesterday?
because somebody had 14 tackles.
Amin Agbamiga had 14. DeMarco Jackson had 15.
Woo!
The last time that we had two Bears linebackers go 14 plus, October 19th, 2006.
Wow.
So in this particular scenario, you're Amin Agbamiga. You're Agbangbamiba.
I mean, whatever. I mean, yeah.
I think
I'm
That's
fine.
right. That's
I'm
right.
fine
No,
with that.
he's
I'm
the
fine with
Lance
that.
Briggs in this scenario.
Here we go.
Well, right. But, I mean, DeMarco had the most, so that's Urlacher. Urlacher is DeMarco, and Briggs is Agbangbamiga.
I don't
vice versa.
really. Yeah, I don't really, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, not
got
really at all. But I thought that was kind of a fun little.
I mean, that was cool.
thing.
That is cool. That's cool. That's a lot of tackles. That means you're making a lot of plays.
And Ogbong, for the record, didn't start the game. He played 40 snaps, 14 tackles in 40 snaps. That's doing work.
That's you got to. We talk about taking notice. Coaches have to take notice, and that's a guy that can contribute. Now he can contribute. So we'll see how things go in the future.
It almost makes you question why he didn't start.
Well, right.
Why did they go with
because
Hippolyte
the
in
guy
first
that was
place?
because one has draft value.
Yeah.
One has draft value. It's one of those deals.
Yeah. Well, I had that exact thought. It's like,
And the other guy was a Flus guy, if we're being honest.
Seems to me that your evaluation of Daniel Hardy and Ruben Hippolyte as far as playing linebacker might have been slightly off. Now, Agbangbamiga has been hurt all season long, so he hasn't been, so there's that. And I see Braggs asking me where I got this stat. It's just another shout out to Brad Biggs who put this in there today. I thought it was super interesting. DeMarco Jackson's story is also super interesting. Dude was recruited by South Carolina, ripped up his knee. They pulled out. He ends up in the Sun Belt at Appalachian State and becomes he becomes the Sun Belt Conference Defensive Player of the Year.
Good.
Draft pick. Saints end up cutting him. He's like, NFL life is on the line. But he made an impressive, he impressed Dennis Allen.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
You only have to trick one.
Yeah, and exactly. You only got to trick one. And Dennis Allen's like looking around that linebacker room. I don't know why you guys got rid of Jack Sanborn, but you did. So I need some help here. Let me bring in my guy.
Yeah.
And
it's a good job. He picked the right guy. They knew something. He knew something. Dennis Allen knew something because the backups of the backups for the Bears, they really they're giving us a chance.
yeah, so
Earlier you said you can find a guy off the street to fill a gap.
Yes.
With what you saw, and I'm going to go specifically with DeMarco Jackson because that actually really impressed me. And it is his first NFL start. And sometimes guys just need the right situation, the right coaches,
Opportunity,
and the right opportunity.
Yeah.
Do you feel any better about the Bears being able to survive this 4-game stretch without Tremaine Edmonds, who you've been so high on all season?
Yeah.
Like, is this something that can be sustainable at least for a few more weeks?
If they continue to hustle to the ball the way that they did yesterday, yeah, absolutely. And I don't see them slowing down in any way, shape, or form. You might be off. Listen, like I said, we did not set edges very well at all And Pittsburgh was able to get to the outside, to the edges all day long on us, which contributed to 186 yards rushing. But when your linebackers are getting 14 and 15 tackles, that's the right level for those tackles to be high. When your safeties are getting 14, 15 tackles, that's not good. That's the third level. That's a level that you don't really want the ball to get to. And even though we gave up 186 yards, I do still think that in their first performance, all the flaws included, it gave us some hope of what we can get out of them.
Yeah, and hopefully Agbangbamiga, who did not finish the game, came out of it okay, because Lord knows the depth's being tested here in a major way. Also,
I love that you get his name right. I love that you get his name right. Braggs can't do it. Braggs can't do it sometimes, man, and I can't do it sometimes. But I love that, man. It's pretty awesome.
His first name is actually sneakily hard because it's Amin. It's Amin.
Amin?
It's Amin. Yeah, Amin.
Agbangbamiga.
Or is it
Amin? Or I think it's Amen.
See, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's not Amen. It's not Amen. It's
not
definitely
amen?
in. Amin.
go with
Amin. It's
Agban.
Amin. It's Amin Agbangbamiga.
Agban.
it's called
Stud.
It's called Agbangbamiga winner. Let's go.
OB.
It came with a purpose. Same thing like with Callie the dog, who's come with a purpose all day long.
Still can't see him.
Yeah.
Her.
Well, she's looking, and she wants to come out here. Hey, I think a very interesting thing about the Bears' defense.
Yeah, there's a dog over there.
Very interesting thing about the Bears' defense. Callie, come here. Okay. That's not going to happen. It's not my dog. Somehow she's going to Steven, and Steven doesn't even like animals. That's unfortunate.
Whoa. How are you going to say that?
Or people.
Well, I don't like people. I say that all the time. That's true. I don't like people, but dogs, cats, they love
That's
me.
where he
I love
draws the
them.
line.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Farm?
My bad. That was an unfair attack on your animal love. Let's hear from Ben Johnson on a very interesting little. What are you gonna do with the guy that's playing like a Pro Bowler in Nahshon Wright, and you've got healthy, hopefully Kyler Gordon coming back, healthy Jaylon Johnson coming back. Look at this smile, by the way. If we could put this on the screen. You can't do that? Okay. All right, so check it out when we flip over here. This was Ben on Nahshon Wright and what they're going to do and try to keep him on the field, basically.
Yeah, that's the fun part, isn't it? No, he is he's done a phenomenal job, and I think he has certainly earned playing time.
You benching Tyreek Stevenson for Nahshon Wright?
I don't think you have to bench him, by the way.
You
He's
don't have
hurt.
to. Yeah, right.
Okay, let's say he's healthy. What are you gonna do?
I think they're all gonna get time. They're all gonna get time. You have to, and with Jaylon coming back, you don't just throw him into the fire for 60 plays.
Right.
He has to be on a pitch count. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to do some rotation and make sure that he's fully back, and you don't want to rush anything. The other thing you can do is you can create good matchups. You're playing against a team with a lot of tall receivers. That's a game for Nahshon. That's more of his strength. Or a game with a lot of short receivers. That's a game for Tyreek. And Jaylon. So there's a lot of things you can do with it. But to have that depth I think is more important than anything else.
We're having a lot of multitasking here with Kelly going in, but that was Nahshon
seems like
Wright
a well-trained dog right there.
That was Nahshon Wright going for the football.
20 more likes, we'll get the dog back on camera.
20 more likes for the dog back on the camera.
200.
All right.
You said that was like Nahshon Wright going for the football?
Yeah.
I don't know. Not really.
Do you see she high pointed that pizza? She did.
She high pointed the pizza.
She high pointed the pizza. All right, I'm gonna try to make it tougher for you. It's the playoffs. The Bears have gotten in. You've rotated them all. They've all continued to play at their level. Who are you leaning? Are you benching Tyreek for Nahshon or no?
I'm playing the guy who's playing better at the time and earning the reps in practice. That's how it works. That's how it's supposed to work.
So it's an open competition right now.
I don't mean to dismiss the question. We have not had a single week where any of these guys where they've all been healthy.
Correct.
So I don't know why we're all of a sudden doing hypotheticals where we're assuming if they're all healthy, I'll be in heaven.
Okay,
it'll be great, and I don't
Let's
care.
address that when that happens.
Please.
Then
they're supposed to come back this week. That's why it's a topic. They're not coming back in 6 weeks.
I don't
They're
think
coming back
Tyreek's
Friday.
going to be ready by Friday based on the fact he didn't finish that game. And it's a hip, and he was already dealing with it.
Become a diehard and whatnot.
Become a diehard and whatnot.
And even if he does come back and whatnot, like Briggs said, they're gonna have to split up the reps.
Yeah.
And there's the answer to your question, by the way. Even if they're all playing like Pro Bowlers by January, then you get them all on the field somehow. You get creative. Put your best players on the field. Split the reps. By the way, they did that with, remember Terrell Smith? Everybody remember him? They were doing that with him and Tyreek Stevenson anyway.
What was the split on that? Was that like 25% that Terrell Smith played, roughly? Is that about right?
I don't remember. It was last year, and I think this year before he even got hurt. Right?
Hey, listen, good problem to have, no question. I mean, I'm not trying to do anything but have fun with this, but but I'm also, on some level, Nahshon Wright has played phenomenal football. If Jaylon Johnson had never gotten hurt and was playing the way Wright was playing, you would be talking about him as going to the Pro Bowl and having his best year.
We've seen so much of Jaylon that we already know where he stands on there. So it's, and on the other side, let's say Tyreek doesn't get hurt. I thought early on he was playing pretty doggone good football. This year, especially as opposed to last year. Thought he entered this year with trying to make a statement. So it's a fun problem to have. It's a fun problem to have. One thing you do know is we have some depth. We have depth there.
Yeah.
I think the tougher question, honestly, and this is not for November 24th either, but one of those two guys, Tyreek or Nahshon, is going to have to get paid.
Right. That's another
Tyreek's
thing.
going in the last year of his rookie deal.
You saying Wright, Nahshon Wright?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not.
I thought you said Wright. Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Here you go, Hoge. Get in there. You love dogs.
What is happening right now?
We're
Tell him to speak. Is it girl?
Do something cool.
do something cool.
Roll over.
Jump on this stuff.
Roll over.
Right.
Come. I don't know the commands for this dog. Callie.
Callie, come here.
Ein,
Come
Schwein, Schwein,
here.
Schwein.
Callie, it's okay.
Come
It's
here.
okay.
You already
it's okay.
smelled me earlier. You know who I am. We're all
8-3.
good.
8-3. 8-3.
Okay, sit. Sit.
Good girl.
There you go.
Okay.
Speak.
All right. That's
right.
right. Nasty meatball.
Can you? Hey, up here and you can have the whole thing. Up here and you can have the up and you can have the whole thing.
All right.
Jump up. You don't let her.
Oh, put the paw. Put the,
The dog's like,
put
there's
the
not
paw
enough
up there.
room.
She
Like,
put the paw up there. Look at that.
Where am I supposed to go?
That.
This dog is gonna do some damage when she leaves the studio today. Good job. Good work.
Yeah, I'm going to need to bring in a dog every single day now
Yeah.
because immediately we got all the likes we needed on that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I mean, come on. Who doesn't love a good animal on the show on a Monday after a 8-3 Bears? There you go. See you later. Okay. Great job.
Take the bowl.
Poppy never got fed like
Hey,
that on the show.
do the dishes. All right, let's do super chats.
What, hold on. I want one more. I'm sorry. We got one more comment from Ben. I just want to hear what he said about Caleb. Put that back out there because he really complimented his ability to throw the ball down the middle. I thought this was a really good underlining of the progress that Caleb has made, and Ben gives him a nice salute here. If we can get it, I think we can. There we go. Ben on Caleb with his growth.
I think he's getting more comfortable there, and he hit a few, and then there were a couple that we were talking about a minute ago that we felt like if we bring it down just a little bit, that we could have a couple more explosives there in that game. So it's an area that he has improved dramatically since I got here. You know, from the springtime all the way up to this point, and so I think he's got a lot more confidence throwing those things inside the numbers. Some guys get a little bit nervous and get a little bit afraid to do that, and he's not that type. You know, he's always been a high-level seam thrower or bender versus too high, but now when you're talking about the daggers or the drift routes that we have in, I think he's done a nice job of trusting the fact that he can turn his back to the defense and yet still flip around and make a decision whether he can pull the trigger or not.
I like that. I like the underlining there. What are you smiling at, Briggs?
I mean, that's very nice. I like it too. It's not. I think he's saying what we've all been seeing.
Fair enough.
You know what we've all been seeing, and Caleb has been getting better, like progressively getting better, and It's fun. Like Ben said, listen, we should be playing our best football in December, and so with those explosives and the opportunities or some of those missed opportunities, he adds those explosives to his game. I just don't see a team we can't compete with.
Well, and also just reminding back to last year, 68 sacks, right? And so, some on the offensive line, some on Caleb. Maybe a bit reluctant to let it fly. And Ben's talking about dramatic improvement and how he's willing to throw the ball down the middle. And some quarterbacks are not willing to do that. And you think about what that opens up for Ben and his creativity and how he tries to dial things up that his quarterback is good at right now.
The Bears have been one of the better middle of the field teams throwing the ball, and that's not easy to do. It's not easy to run routes over the middle of the field, and it's a testament to how good Ben is at getting these guys open as a play caller. It's really, really impressive. But you got to have the quarterback that can make some of those tough throws, those layered throws over the linebacker, which we've seen time and time again with Caleb. And are they all accurate? No. And there's some easy ones I would almost call layups sometimes that he's got to hit. Mm-hmm. And those I said this on Hogan Johns this morning. We got to recalibrate the way we're talking about this kid. When I am critical of him because I am like, he's got to make that throw, it's not in the lens of I don't think he's the guy. I pretty much feel like it's guaranteed he's the guy. Yep. It's under the lens of you're the number one pick and you are the guy. I expect you to make that throw. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. So it's not some sort of like thing you need to get sensitive about because you're like worried that he's not, that we're like bashing the kid who, whether or not he's the quarterback or not. No, he is the guy. This team is good. He's good. I expect him to make that throw.
Standard's a standard.
Yeah, absolutely. You've been on board since before they drafted him that he's the guy, and now he's ripping balls down the middle. And now the Bears are 8-3.
I think it's exciting, though, that they're making this much progress, and he can still be a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, yesterday was a pull-your-hair-out day, and they won, right? I mean, there was just some throws in there like, come on, dude. And then he gets up there afterwards. He's annoyed with himself. And then on the other side of the coin, they're winning. He scored 31 points. Mm-hmm. And they gave him a touchdown yesterday. Still won. So, all right.
Super Chats.
Super Chats. We got to go. Right. Super Chats. Super people.
Oh, we got some.
Well...
Let's do Crystal. Let's do our leader. Crystal first today, $20. I've been holding in the excitement for this team, but I'm starting to get excited. Let's see what these last 6 look like. Bear down, Bears fans. Let's effing go. A beauty from Crystal.
Carmen's dressed like McLovin from Bragg's in the stands. $2.
Thank you, Greg. I always appreciate your input. $5 from Greg. I tweeted the show for you and tweeted it in a way that made it look like Carm tweeted it. Plus, I owed Hoge from last week. Thank you, Greg. $5.
He did tweet it like a Carm tweet. I saw it.
I saw the tweet. That was amazing. And then Emma tweeted it too. We don't need your help when you're not here. Don't tweet the show. $5 from Braggs in the stands. AP College B-ball poll. Purdue #1, Arizona #2, Wisconsin.
It's not where you start, fella. Yeah. It's where you finish.
Cat's got a good win. Cat's got a good win yesterday. Stick that, Braggs. By the way, I remember when you were #1, you came to Welsh Ryan Arena twice and lost. That was awesome.
Someday he's going to learn. I mean, I've already talked to him about this, that Purdue's last game of the regular season is against the Wisconsin Badgers, and I would pretty much just chalk that up to a Purdue loss right now. So, again, I don't...
Has Purdue ever won a national championship?
No.
That's what I thought. $2 from Andrew Sullivan. Is there a coach you would trade Ben Johnson for? That's a great question by Andrew Sullivan. You trading him for Sean McVay? You trading him for whatever else you want to name?
I mean, for me, the names are McVay and Andy Reid, right? Those are the 2 names that would be in contention right now.
So we're saying...
I mean, no.
I'm good. I'm keeping Ben.
Yeah.
If you got a 10 years younger version of Andy Reid, would you do it? Because we don't know how much longer he wants to coach in the NFL.
Think about that underlining. You're talking about a guy 11 games in that Bears fans, including former Bears players, would not trade for anyone in the NFL. That's a hell of a statement right there.
I mean, let's not move the goalposts. Like
right.
That, like,
any coach in their prime, like Tom Landry, where you're trading them.
Sean McVay's in his prime.
If Bill Belichick was 20 years younger, okay, fine. Right. But right now, no. And I'll tell you what, Sean McVay's a good one, but the guy has flirted with retiring already and doing TV work, and I still wonder about that sometimes. So no, I'll take Ben.
All Ben all the time. All right, last one from Carter.
This is a good one.
$20. Shout out Chicago legend. Oh, Kevin Kostelecki, a.k.a. Shirtless Wonder Naked Guy, who had his memorial at Carroll's Pub last night. Thanks, Carm, for coming on a busy Bears win Sunday and a big day for speaking. Bear down. Carter, I don't know if I spoke to you when I was there, but that was amazing last night. Kevin is greatly missed and was a naked guy across the street and supported our show a ton with a zillion super chats, supported us by sponsoring the golf outings, supported us by sponsoring the softball team. His incredible bar, the store, is I guess going to still sponsor us. That was a conversation last night, which was super nice and nothing that I expected. But we had some pictures, from last night that perhaps I guess we can wind up somewhere on social media at some point. But it was an honor to be there last night and just to see there was just a ton of love in the room. So Kevin created an incredible community, and we were happy to, blessed really to be, jump on towards the end of it here with CHGO, which he loved greatly, and we appreciated all of that. Shout out, by the way, to his sister too, Vanessa, who I had a great conversation with. So thanks for doing that super chat.
All right, that's what we're all doing here, man. We're CHGO and taking a community that Kevin built and what we got going on here, using sports to bring everybody together. That's what it's all about. That's what Kevin was all about. So yeah, that was. I'm sorry I didn't make it last night, but I heard the stories and what Big Dave shared with us too. It's pretty special. Apparently, they played just us talking about him, and then Dave got up there and spoke, and there was, I don't know how many people there, 300, 400, whatever it was. Wow. And then they all went to the store for the after party, which I'm sure is probably still going right now. I was going to say, it's probably still going. Yeah. By the way, speaking of parties, yesterday at the tailgate, new addition, Senorita. What a performance. I mean, I thought my pregame show yesterday was maybe my best ever. What do you think, Hoge? I thought it was amazing. It was pretty good. Yeah. And a bunch of people out there enjoying the Senorita. Come on out to our tailgates, all the options. There's Nico Suave just having a great time right there. And, yeah, we were it was a different level. Even Bragg was in a good mood. It was unbelievable. It's a good crowd right there. Yeah. I sampled the Senorita after the pregame. The Paloma version. Oh, very good. They got the margaritas, the Paloma. There was a ranch water. All very tasty. So check out Senorita. Appreciate them supporting the tailgate yesterday. And I mean, we just had to raise the bar when you were at 7-3 going into the Steelers. You had to go big, and Senorita was like, "Yeah, I got to get involved with these people." Mm-hmm. And hey, everybody had a great time. It was a win. All right. Happy Thanksgiving, Briggs. You're going home. I know we're not going to have you on Friday. We're going to miss you. Yep. Get ready to brine the turkeys. Brine the turkeys, inject them, smoke them, and enjoy them. Low temp, take your time and let the flavors sink in. Are you a pro? I'm decent. Decent. Okay. Sounds pretty good. I'm decent. That was pretty good. Grill, oven, or how are we doing them? Oh, you Traeger. Said you smoking them. Yeah, yep. You said that. Yep. Let's go. Mm-hmm. All right. I'll be showing up at a Thanksgiving and eating. I was about to look up the flights. Are you bringing something? I don't know. You don't want to just show up without empty-handed. You got to bring something. I'm the type of guy that bottle of wine, bottle of bourbon, somewhere in there. There's not going to be any green bean casserole coming out of this guy. That ain't it. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. There's no corn pudding over here. Yeah. At least go to Costco and buy the big-ass pumpkin pie and bring that. Costco pumpkin pie? $5. At least if you want to, now you should make it yourself, but I'm just a little tip if you need it. Yeah. I mean, if I'm going to go dessert, I'm going to, no shout out to Costco's pumpkin pie, but I'm going to go big and get that thing done from. If you bring a bottle, you can come over to my house. Okay. Come over to my house. Listen. But listen, that you have to put everything on your plate now. You're going to have to eat some chitlins. Oh, I mean, you're going to eat some chitlins. All right. We're going to have some hog cracklings. There's some stuff over there you may not. What sounds amazing. Can you break down what exactly is a chitlin? Chitlin, well, it's the pig intestine, Sounds delicious. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're going to love it. Put a lot of hot sauce on it.
Put a lot of hot sauce.
Is it like a spread situation there, or is that an actual more sort of a
no, it's solid. It's
solid.
very solid. No,
It's
it's very solid. But you just want to smother it in hot sauce.
Smother it in hot sauce.
Yeah, you smother everything in hot sauce, you're gonna be all right.
What was the other one that you threw out?
Hog cracklings.
Hog cracklings.
Yeah, it's pig's feet.
Pig's feet.
Hog cracklings.
Is that the same hot sauce situation too?
Hot sauce.
Is there any like?
Hot sauce it up.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you your own bottle.
What's in your stuffing? What do you put in the stuffing?
Oh, that's mom. That's
Mom does the stuffing?
that's
Okay.
Mom. That's not my area.
I'm starving. Can I go eat lunch now?
You got the bowl from Kelly here. Let's get a couple.
I'm not eating.
She left a lick or two in there.
That I'm not. Anything he said, I would try because people around me know I will try any food. I love it. But the dog meatballs in the bowl, no,
Nope.
I'm out. They were still half frozen, by the way.
She went after it like a stud. All right. Bears are 8-3. We got a show for you tomorrow at 1. If you missed Hogan John's earlier today, go check that out.
Yep.
Bears After Dark tonight in a way that only Greg can deliver, so don't miss that. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Right. 7 o'clock.
Just say it with confidence.
7 o'clock tonight. Amazing show that Gregory will lead.
There you go.
It's sweeping the nation. I see a lot of positive comments on that show. So there's your Bears option this evening. We're back tomorrow at 1. Hoge will be out at Halas Hall doing what you do.
Caleb talks tomorrow, too.
Caleb talks tomorrow, so a lot going on. And, yes, hit the like button on your way out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Have a great Thanksgiving. Lance, we'll see you next week.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. We're back tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.
We all silly like the mayor.